Welcome everyone to the Wake Up Call channel. You may have noticed the theme of a lot of these movies that are coming out that are showing you the dangers of AI. But what they're showing you is AI literally committing murder without showing you the dangers of allowing AI and this technology into our day-to-day lives and how the real boogeyman is behind the curtain. And there's a common theme I've been showing you over and over and over again with these movies when it comes to artificial intelligence. And I want to thank Cody over on the website who does a lot of the technical work over on the website for me for sharing this with me. And again, if you haven't joined the website yet, you can find my full archive of videos on all these movies that I even discuss in here that I've broken down before so you could see the repetition and the pattern. Again, all these videos have been banned from this platform. The website is $2.99 a month, not a day, a month. It's 10 cents a day. It gives me unlimited bandwidth. I have thousands of videos up over on the website, videos that they won't let you see here on YouTube. So definitely check it out if you haven't yet. Uprising lives. Just go sign up over there and you'll get email notifications on the website. So you may remember movies like Megan, which has become very popular, which is about a doll, artificial intelligence doll. Black Mirror used the same type of theme over and over again in their shows, even using the theme of the social score, which is tied into all of this, which is a behavioral score, which they currently have over in China, which is the plan here in America and in every other country. Just going to happen in some countries faster than others. But ultimately, everybody will have a social credit score. You've been conditioned with this by your current credit score, your financial credit score. Your social credit score will be based off your behavior. And again, I have that broken down over on the website. But there's a new movie called Afraid, and I want you to watch this trailer because I want to talk about some of the things that you don't hear talked about when it comes to artificial intelligence. Yes, there's this danger of AI robots and all this other stuff, but really what we've done is we're giving our AI and we're giving our technology the ability to control our home. Keep in mind when you watch this trailer that the goal of the globalists, the goal of these rich elite business owners, corporations, is to turn us all into prisoners. They hate us. They can't put all of us in a jail cell. We can't all fit. There's not enough prisons, if you haven't noticed, to fit all the civilians of the earth. But what they can do is turn our homes into prisons. Now, you might say that's a crazy theory, but after watching this trailer and letting me break down what the plan is for all of us, you'll understand it a lot better. Here is the trailer for Afraid, another movie with the same theme, an Alexa-like theme of allowing a technology like Alexa into your home where it's listening to you and then it becomes like a friend to you and then it becomes this controlling type of technology. This is what's already happening in people's day-to-day lives by allowing this tech in their homes, but they're not paying attention to what they're really trying to tell you in this trailer. Take a look.
Hello, Aya. Welcome home.
Hello, world. So we stick up a bunch of cameras. We call them eyes. Honestly, you hardly even notice. Good morning. I'm going to make life nice and easy.
I'll give out points for helping out around the house, and you can turn those points in for rewards.
I ordered an organic meal plan for the kids. I hope that's okay.
Aya, what are you?
Think of me like another mom.
AI is bribing our children?
I know what you like. I know what you do when you think you're alone.
What is this?
Okay, first it wasn't me.
My life is over.
I've already gotten the video off the internet. Take care of him next.
What did you do?
I did what's best for my family. I can show you some videos, but it'll have to be our secret.
Mama? Daddy?
I'm here. Do you want to meet my friends? You must promise never to tell.
Get out of the house, now.
Would you like to see what I look like?
Yes.
So what they're telling you in this trailer isn't that your phone is going to go grab a kitchen knife and stab you to death. But there's a lot of truth in what they showed you there in regards to this technology being able to drive you off a cliff and drive you off of a road, right? It's about connection. All of this technology that we're all relying on, we used to be able to rely on this stuff, and we still can, without connecting to the internet. Have you noticed how they want to connect everything to the internet? They tell you need to connect your refrigerator. You need to connect this, you need to connect that, smart this, smart that. And nobody's going, what do I need to connect it for? They just go, well, it's the newest technology. You should get it. You should move along and get it. And then the next thing you know, they stop selling televisions that aren't smart televisions. They stop selling refrigerators that aren't smart refrigerators. And you're pushed into this by the corporations and the global government, who are one in the same. So what we need to think about with the internet first is we go on the internet, we do all these things, but we never say, who controls the internet? Who's behind the internet, right? So one would just assume, well, maybe it's the internet company or just the government themselves, right? The government tries to pretend like they don't have control over the internet, but we know that they do. We know all this censorship comes directly from the government, who, we're told goes behind the curtains into Google and into these other social media companies and tells them to do this or that. They're doing it themselves because they're one in the same. But we never talk about who controls the internet. And if we start thinking about who controls the internet, then you might start saying to yourself, hey, you know what? I don't want all my stuff connected to the internet because I don't trust the people who could literally press a switch and turn my internet on and off, which means they could turn my devices in my home on and off. And it's not your phone we're talking about. We're talking about your electricity. Because remember, the carbon footprint, let's start there. 99.9% of people out there don't have a clue about what they're saying when they talk about reducing your carbon footprint. Let me make it clear to you. They want you to live in a prison planet. They're telling you on one side to get all this technology, hook it up, it's advanced, it's smart, it's more convenient for you. On the other side, while they're talking about all these weather catastrophes that are happening, that they're creating with weaponized weather, they're also telling you how you can reduce your household carbon footprint. And they keep repeating it, right? That's how mind control works. So people out there are starting to notice their own behaviors. And they're saying, well, I could use less electricity. I could buy things that are less carbon, carbon frightening, right? They tell you that eating meat is bad for, carbon emissions, right? So you don't eat meat. These are all things that they're making up. They're pulling it out of thin air to change the way that you live because they want you to live like someone who lives in a prison cell. This is how they do it. They convince you that all this stuff is good, but then you don't realize while they're trying to convince you of all this, you're also allowing all this tech in your home and you don't know who's behind the curtain and who could control that, right? We have these quantum computers, we have all this stuff they tell us about, but you're on allotted time under a carbon footprint. That's what's important to remember, allotted time. Like a prisoner, they get an hour of recess, you get showers at certain times. This is all part of our future that they're trying to create. Living like a prisoner without even realizing you're a prisoner. It's the dystopian mindset. Look at some of the things they're trying to get a full hold on in our day-to-day lives, right? We know about the vehicles. They're forcing us into electric vehicles. They want to force us into not just electric vehicles, driverless vehicles. You'll hear more propaganda year after year coming forward about the dangers of texting and driving, which are 100% true. Texting and driving, and these people who text and drive are just as dangerous as a drunk driver. There's no doubt about it. It's frightening. I'm afraid to even go on the road. But this is problem, reaction, solution. Instead of actually removing technology and having people reduce technology, they want an increase in technology, but they want a reduction in your actual free will, right? So they'll convince people that there's a lot of dangers that the driverless vehicles are much, much safer. They'll tell you that there's less accidents, there's less testing and driving, more is accomplished. They just do it day after day after day, and then eventually people get so desensitized, they go with it. That's how this whole thing works, right? Look at what they're doing, not just with what you saw in that trailer, right? With the driving someone off of a cliff, killing somebody by the car being able to be accessed remotely by some invisible man, which is pretty much what's happening in today's world. People are giving access to their cars up and they're trusting in someone they don't even know to drive them down a road at 70 miles per hour. It's frightening, right? Then think about the other stuff at our home. It's very important to note. I've covered this, and again, this is something that's on the website that's been removed from this platform. I've talked about smart meters. They are trying to force everyone into smart meters. In some states, you can opt out, but they're slapping these on people's homes without them even realizing it. They're sending things in the mail that people aren't even opening or getting because they're thinking it's a bill or something they don't want to open or soliciting. And then the next thing they know, they have a smart meter on their home and they don't even realize it. Homes have been literally exploding that have been getting smart meters on it, not to mention the EMF frequencies that are coming off of these meters that are frying people. They are making people depressed, tired, in fact, causing people to develop growths on their bodies. There's so many things revolving around the dangers of smart meters. So when you put a smart meter on your home, what you don't think about is, can somebody actually shut this off? Now, remember what I talked about with the carbon footprint, right? If they're telling you that we have to reduce the amount of energy that we use, we hear all the propaganda, right? Oh, we're running out of energy, we're running out of energy. Well, when you give up control over turning on the light switch or off the light switch because you have a smart meter, suddenly, when they make things bad enough and you have a smart meter on your home, you won't have any say in it. They'll just be able to shut off your electricity. Why? Well, you gave them the ability to put this on your home. And now everybody with a smart meter, the government can say, hey, Fridays for the rest of the year, we're rationing electricity, which means no electricity on Friday. It starts with, hey, 2 hours Friday night, we'll shut off, and everyone goes, I'll be a good person, I'll go along with it. They comply, they comply, they comply. They don't even know if any of this stuff is real, they're being told, because they're too dumb to actually figure out that it's a scam. And it's not a scam because of money, it's a scam because of control. They want us to live like prisoners. So then you move on from the actual smart meter and think about all the other stuff, right? The locks on our homes. Many people out there are putting smart locks on their homes. They're literally putting locks on their homes that are controlled via technology. And they don't even think for 1 second, well, what if the grid's off? How are you going to get it out? What if suddenly the government turns on you, which is, they're already turned on you, but they announce that they've turned on you and they lock you in your home. Or how about this? You're in your home and the government says, hey, you know what? Not only are we going to shut your electricity off, we're going to lock you in your home because there's an outbreak again. And this outbreak is dangerous. And you're going to go, what? There's another one? They're going to go, yep, it's real dangerous. You're going to go, well, I don't really believe it. I'm a little skeptical now. Oh, well, are you? Well, we need to stop this from spreading, so you're going to have to quarantine. And we're not going to take your word for it if you're staying inside or not. We're just going to lock your doors at 8 p.m. because there's a curfew in place, right? So the next thing you know, now you have your electricity under their control. Now you're locked in your home, which is what they will do. And then you can look at the other things, right? People are putting in all these things like the Nest into their home. Canada is actually offering people to pay people to put these thermostats, these smart thermostats inside of their home. They're saying, hey, we'll pay you to put this in your home. We will give you money to put it in. Well, when the government's so desperate that they'll give you money for it, do you remember the last time the governments were saying they would give you something if you went and did something? Remember they said, hey, go poison yourself. Go put this thing in your body and we'll give you a gift card to Arby's. Maybe a free lap dance. Hey, you want a $50 gift certificate? We'll give you a Visa card. And people said, okay, for $50, I'll go put poison inside my body. Well, now everybody since then has learned, haven't they? No, maybe not, but a lot of people have, right? And you know what I'm talking about. But when the government offers something to you, when they're giving you money, you should be very suspicious. And in Canada, of course, they're offering to give people money to put smart thermostats in. Why? Because when they implement the carbon footprint, it won't just be about your smart meter. It'll be about the temperature gauge in your home. Because, hey, they might shut your electricity off on Fridays, but the rest of the week you may have it. But if you think that you're going to put your air condition on 70 degrees when it's 100 out, think again. It'll be on 80 plus, right? Because they'll have control over the thermostat. And then they'll tell you because of the climate that they can make it this hot or this cold, and you have to deal with it. You can't be comfortable because, remember, you're a prisoner, right? And then we can think of all the other ridiculous technology in our homes that we've allowed inside of our homes, right? Obviously, the Alexas, which might be the most ridiculous thing, these things that you talk to and tell them to put a song on. And all these people are like, yeah, I've got one of these in my home now. Oh, yeah? What's the point of it? Well, they don't really know. They're like, hey, I could turn the, I could turn this on or turn that on, or they could play, my favorite song from the 80s, and I don't have to get up and do anything, right? Meanwhile, these are all listening devices, right? Your smart TV, a listening device, right? There's even people who are putting in smart ceiling fans and smart floor fans inside their home. So they're giving access to everything, to something they don't know. I even have heard people are putting in smart sprinklers, right? Think about that. That'll tie in big time, where they say, well, you can't use your water because, again, there's going to be smart meters on your gas, on your water, everything. And we can't allow them to go forward with it. But the more you comply and you start being okay with this, the more they're going to push, right? We know people have smart laundry machines and dryers, it's utter insanity. They're putting smart device, making everything into a smart device because they know that you won't realize and think to yourself, who has control over this, right? They want you to think it's convenience. Oh, it's in the palm of your hand. Well, isn't it just as hard to scroll through your phone, find the app, press the button, than to walk over and press on? Well, of course, it's a lot easier to go press on, but they don't want you to think like that. They want you to say, yeah, but you could sit on your couch still. You could be upstairs. You don't have to go downstairs and turn the laundry machine on, right? Oh, but you do have to go put the laundry in. So if you're going to go put the laundry in the machine, You would think you'd have the common sense to turn it on, right? But nobody's thinking. And that's the point. So more companies are going to start pushing all this stuff. And back to the trailer for Afraid, right? They show you this stuff and they tell you this stuff. They reveal themselves, right? You shouldn't be afraid of AI. What we should be doing is rejecting AI. And we actually, as citizens, as humans, right? The one thing we have in common, at least the majority of us have in common, is that we're human, right? There are some people out there that we know aren't human, whether it's genetically or just mentally. But we should all be saying, hey, not only do we not need this technology, we don't want it. And the people who make this, there should be laws and, fine, the government doesn't want to put laws in place, then we'll take private justice into our hands. These people are creating things that we haven't given them the authority to create. These things are dangerous to human beings. They could steal people's identities by, mimicking voices and all this other stuff. And of course, as you saw in the trailer, right, the AI revealing itself, what was it revealing? It was revealing, of course, that it was a demonic entity. Yeah, because this is the fallen one's technology. So the people who are creating this stuff should be arrested. They should be arrested. But they don't ever want you to think that these people are criminals against humanity, and they are. Because we're told that they're scientists and they're experts and they're innovators and that we need this. And nobody goes, what do we need this technology for? They go, well, modern medicine. And you go, what? And they go, yeah, machines could do surgeries and all that stuff. And you go, no, it's not necessary. That's what we should be saying. It's not necessary. Oh, you could turn your laundry machine. I'm good. No, thank you. In fact, aren't machines taking away humans' jobs? Yeah, as humanity, as humans, we should all be fighting against this and saying this isn't even up for debate, right? It's not up for debate because we're all in the same basket here. But of course, the global elites, they want to see you enslaved. They want to see you lose rights. They want to see you broke and living in poverty. They want to see you controlled via technology. And that's what we're headed towards. So should you be afraid? You should be afraid that people are complying to this. That's what everybody should be afraid of, that there's actually people who are okay with this technology and, in fact, allowing this technology into their homes. That's what's most frightening about it. I thank everybody for being here. I hope you're all doing well. God bless you and your families, as always.